Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Eduardo Nicolas Alvear Gonzalez, who also goes by the name of Eduardo Gonzalez, Alvear Gonzalez, Nick Alvear, Nicolas Alvear, and Eduardo Nicolas. He is a 33-year-old California man who was seen in photos and videos inside the Capitol. He was smoking weed. He was drinking beer. In fact, he admitted on camera that he had already smoked 3 joints at Trump's rally. Then he realized he had 8 more left over when he was in the Capitol. So he started handing some out to other insurrectionists and domestic terrorists. When asked why he lit up in the Capitol, Gonzalez said it was for, quote, freedom. And he referred to the rest of the mob as, quote, American patriots. Well, the day after the Capitol attack, Gonzalez hosted a Zoom meeting, basically like a show and tell, and he shared his photos and his videos that he had taken in the Capitol. In one of his videos, Gonzalez and others were seen breaking into the building, and he told his audience, quote, cops were like, fuck, man, we shouldn't have backed up. And then he said in a very sarcastic tone, quote, oh, but they let us in, right? So you have Trump's own Capitol insurrectionists mocking the idea that cops just let them into the building. But you still have these morons out there claiming that, oh, this was all a setup. They were escorted into the building. This was a deep state plot. His own people are saying, no, we broke in. Stop trying to take this away from us. Anyway, as Gonzalez was breaching the building, he was heard saying, quote, we're taking our country back. Again, where was it? Where was it that they're taking it back? I just want to know. And in his Zoom presentation, Gonzalez told the viewers that he and others told officers that basically in standing down, quote, they were doing the right thing because they were outnumbered. He also admitted to this audience that he and other members of the mob were looking for, quote, doors to break in. In addition, he told viewers that he and others were, quote, the first wave that got in on top. And you're not going to be surprised to hear that Gonzalez is a QAnon conspiracy theorist. In addition, according to Courthouse News, Gonzalez shares many conspiracy theories on YouTube, including his belief that the earth is flat, that the Smithsonian Institute is hiding evidence of giants, and that we all might be living in a simulation. Yeah. Too much weed is not a good thing. So anyway, I wanted to share one of my own conspiracy theories with you guys because I believe that Gonzalez and Tracy Sundstrom, who was just sentenced last week, I think they coordinated their outfits on January 6th because they look like twinsies. They're both wearing American flag pants or tights, not sure which, and they both have on green tops. Come on. What are the odds that 2 people randomly committed the same crimes of fashion on January 6th? It's bizarre, isn't it? I'm just saying. Anyway, in a February live stream on YouTube, which Gonzalez called Smoking with Brotunda, obviously a reference to him smoking out in the Capitol Rotunda, Gonzalez told the viewers on that show that he hid in a closet earlier that day while he's, the day that he's doing this live stream, because a cop showed up at the house where he was staying. So someone who was watching, I believe, or maybe somebody who was with him, it was kind of unclear, said, oh, you need a place to hide. And Gonzalez said, quote, we are here now. We are alive and safe. I think the whole riot is going to be safe. Like, we'll be good. Absolutely. The very next day after making that statement, he was arrested. He was charged with the standard block of misdemeanors, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and then the 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Gonzalez was also one of the few who wasn't immediately granted bond. So he actually spent 45 days in jail before ultimately being released to await trial. But he was released under a high intensity supervision program, and he had this condition placed on him that he wouldn't travel outside of the US. Well, in September, Gonzalez pleaded guilty. He took the plea to that parading charge. And then he asked the court for permission to spend the holiday season in England. According to his attorney, Gonzalez was, quote, invited by a friend to spend the holiday season at no cost in London, England. Therefore, he was asking the court for permission to leave the country on December 18th, and then he said he would return to the States on January 2nd. Well, U.S. District Judge Christopher Cooper presided over Gonzalez's case. I've been kind of hard on him because he has been too soft on these defendants, but I have to give him props on this one. In his ruling, Judge Cooper wrote, quote, appreciating defendant's desire to broaden his horizons, but finding the request one toke over the line. The court hereby denies the motion. So he took some heat for this. Some law professors took some exception to his sarcastic response. They just need to get over themselves. They need to stop taking themselves so seriously. None of us do, so you don't need to. Anyway, for some reason, Gonzalez had 2 attorneys. The first attorney said that Gonzalez was remorseful for his actions and that he, quote, believes he and others were tools used by others to attack the Capitol. However, she also said that Gonzalez, quote, feels that he has a right to express his views on the election result and respond to criticism and characterizations he feels are unwarranted. Yeah, you do. You just don't have the right to break the law in expressing your feelings about the election. So he got a second attorney. Don't know why. This attorney took a different tact. This attorney argued that Gonzalez has no criminal history. I mean, I have to say that is rare for those January 6th defendants. So his defense attorney told the court, quote, he's 33 years old. He's a father. That's a long time to be an adult without any issues. Is it? Many of us have managed to do that without any issues. Many of us go our whole lives without being arrested or charged with a crime. So I don't think 33 years on the planet without any legal issues is quite the accomplishment that his attorney believes it to be, but whatever. So the prosecutor was asking for 3 months in jail because she said that Gonzalez has used January 6th to promote himself and, quote, he hasn't shown remorse. He has repeatedly mischaracterized and glorified the events of January 6th. However, because Gonzalez had already spent approximately 45 days in jail, Judge Cooper ordered no additional jail time. He sentenced Gonzalez to only 2 years of probation and then 200 hours of community service, which I will say is one of the highest community service sentences so far. I've seen other judges do that, but that's the longest period of community service I've seen to date. In addition, Cooper ordered Gonzalez to pay a $1,000 fine and a $500 restitution fee. So like I've said before, I think it should be minimum 60 to 90 days in jail. But, considering that he already did do 45 days behind bars, I guess I'll take it. And considering who the judge is and that he hasn't been giving any jail time, I mean, he can't take it back, obviously. But yeah, I guess I'll take it. And honestly, I think this guy is far too high all the time to be a real danger. So he's not one that I'm particularly worried about in the future. Someone who believes we're living in a simulation and that giants exist. I don't think he's really a criminal mastermind. I don't think he's really one of these people who's going to be out there plotting the next coup. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'll let you guys know if I hear any more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.